isn't a super mindful track. This is actually very wakeful. This is like 8 a.m. Let's do it. Let's start that day. Some of you, 8 a.m. might be a little early to maybe start your day. It's a little earlier than I was previously planning on being here for this or any episode of the Mindful Games live guided meditation. Hi, I'm Brandon Jones. This is the sixth and final for the foreseeable future Mindful Games guided meditation. We are in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Jones. I'm on my island. And again, we're going to take 5 minutes today, and we're just going to meditate. I'm going to give you some stuff to think about. If you want, you can maybe just play some music and turn me off and just focus on what is going on in your own mind. It's always different times. One of my favorite things about doing live streaming is it's always a different time around the world for different people. And not only that, even if we were all in the same time zone, people have different schedules. People get up at different times. They go to bed at different times. I tend to be a night owl. It's tough for me to commit to going to bed early. Went to bed early last night because I'm getting up early this morning to do mindful games. And what a game to play. I originally actually was going to do 5 episodes of mindful games, and then I thought, wait a minute, there's got to be something we can do for Animal Crossing, because of course you can create, which I have done and we will discuss today. You can create your own mindful experiences in Animal Crossing, but there's a lot it can also be a very stressful game. There's a lot you can do in mindful games that is very hyperactive, that can maybe make you tense, or and I didn't want to think that, or pass on the message that you need a beach. You need to be outdoors. You need to do these things, to be mindful. There's always opportunities around you, which is why I tried to show off a bunch of different types of games. We hung out in a junkyard last week, so you never know where you're going in your pursuit of mindfulness. We're chilling on the beach, but we got the music in the background. It's actually kind of busy and noisy outside, so I'm actually going to go someplace else for the stream today. Again, I'm going to chat a little bit, then we're going to do a quick 5-minute meditation, and that's it. It's only going to be about a 10 or 15-minute stream, and I hope all of you have a wonderful Wednesday. Just go say hi to Sherry real quick. Morning, Sherry. How you doing? Or Tammy, sorry. Let's take a plane ride, shall we? It's funny because today's schedule is a little different, but how perfect. How perfect to be in a game where it actually changes the game, depending on what time we log in, how perfect. I know some people in chat are like, is he going to my island? I'm not. Let's go to Harv's. Oh yeah, ready to go. Got confused. Tammy was hanging around Sherry's house, so I got confused. Again, you also don't need to travel to achieve mindfulness. You can do it within the comfort of your own home. So one of the things I noticed, so Harv's is a place where you can go do photo shoots. Harv lives close to the main island. Something that I noticed this morning when I was setting everything up, no music on Harv's island. It's kind of nice. As you can see, this is my man Harv. He's got some really excellent fashion sense. Nice vest, Harv. It's pretty chill. Like, is Harv mindful or what? He just chills here all day, reading books, having people over. It's my man Harv. Definitely a mindful person. But we're not going to go here. We're going to go inside. So Harv has a little photo studio. You can go in and you have access to all of your outfits. You have access to your friends, all the stuff that you've collected. And again, all of you lovely people in the community, several of you have much more extensive collections than I have in Animal Crossing. So instead of making something that is quintessentially mindful, mindful for everyone, because there really isn't such a thing, I made something that was a little mindful for me. So you got the 3 studios, one to the left, one to the right, in the back here. Made a little mindful spot for me. Ah. So there's not a lot of sound. I debated on actually doing music today. We're not going to do music. Today's going to be one of the more quiet and chill mindful game streams. Oh, and upstairs and downstairs. Okay, cool. Thank you, Screaming Argonaut. Just a little crackle of the fire. Again, I'm a big camping fan. Tents bring me a lot of comfort. You got a couple cozy pillows in there. Milo's got a little small tent in the backyard that brings me a lot of joy. Just the idea of camping, even camping at home. Got a little bird bath back there. We are indoors. No birds will be joining us. And of course, what Animal Crossing would like us to think is a pool, but is really just a jacuzzi. And then crackling fire. I don't know if you're like me. Fire is a big deal. Fire definitely. Curious what the lighting would be like. Oh, that's not bad. A little nighttime in the backyard. Ooh, hadn't considered that. I think we might do it, folks. Maybe we'll do half and half. The point being that you can create your own mindful experience. Yes, we have a HUD up, but and you can actually track in real time the 5 minutes going by. And that is one of the things that I want to talk about today is just staring at the clock, watching the clock go by, noticing that time is passing too fast, wishing that time would pass a little bit slower. You're waiting for something, you want something to happen. It can be very difficult to just let life happen. We will try to do that today as we meditate, and I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for everybody for coming in. Thank you for subscribing. What's up, Mike Hook? JVM. Honored uniform. Thank you, everybody. Here we go. So yeah, 8:11. We'll stop at 8:16. Thanks, everybody, for not only hanging out on Mindful Games, but joining me in my digital backyard. This backyard that I have created in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Talk about not only the fact that, you know, all of us have experienced this, that time can move fast, that time can move slow. Maybe think about today, like what makes those things happen. Obviously, if you're in line at the post office or the bank, you would like time possibly to move a little bit faster. If you're spending time with a friend who you don't get to see that often, maybe you would want time to move a little bit slower. It can be very difficult to do what we're doing right now, just to watch the clock, to watch it go by. But we all follow the same passage of time. We all have the same set, a little 60-minute, 60-second blocks that go by. And it has always fascinated me that that can be enough time for some people. That can be too much time for other people. It can be not enough. Yes, Animal Crossing, in some ways, is realistic in the way that it follows the passage of time. And you can follow your passage of time along with it. But obviously, you have access to a lot of items you wouldn't have in real life. Obviously, not many of us have a island that we can just move to and start a new life. But what I've done here in this space, you can definitely do in many different ways. You can maybe build something in your home, a little spot for mindfulness. Some of you might be fortunate enough to have some sort of an outside area you can potentially do this in. when it comes to stuff, items that we cherish, items that bring us mindfulness, you can also potentially bring those things with you. If you're traveling, you can maybe bring a keepsake, a photograph, a candle. You can maybe even just listen to sound effects, kind of like we are now. Believe it or not, that fire is not actually burning. But I think your mind will appreciate the effort, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not an accurate simulation of something. You setting that up for yourself. You traveling somewhere, maybe going into your suitcase or backpack and discovering that item, that thing that you kept, that you wanted to put out, to look at, or just to share some time with, and recognize that you're doing it. You're practicing mindfulness. You're giving yourself a little bit of time to meditate, to slow down. This being our final meditation, let's take this last minute. See if we can let this final minute, the minute of 8:16 a.m. Pacific time, just let it be. No judgment, no expectations, just 60 seconds passing by. Notice for yourself, does it feel like a long time? A short time? We will find out together. See, even just the anticipation of that clock switching to 8:16. There it goes. Enjoy. Boom. 60 seconds. You can even kind of hear the loop. Maybe this is just me being an editor, but you can even kind of hear the loop of the crackles of the fire. And then, having achieved even just a modicum of mindfulness, we head back out into the real world. That actually went by fairly quickly for me. Hey Harv, just want to say thank you, sir. Really enjoyed the time inside. And I want to say thanks to all of you. Mindful Games is just another show that I have produced in a long line of making shows for the internet about video games. But this is definitely something very different from what I have done previously. And I just want to thank everyone for your involvement in these streams. You're showing up for each episode. Lots of wonderful comments in there. It is a rare thing to go in and read YouTube comments and have them put a smile on your face continually, but everybody has been very positive. And again, just the process, I do not come at this as a mindful master. The practice of mindfulness, the practice of meditation, the act of attempting to manually calm yourself down is a lifelong practice, one that you may get better at, but there will always be more to learn. And so I don't come at this, hopefully I have helped you or maybe taught you a thing or two, but this is also a practice for me. So I appreciate all of you joining me. Um, I obviously get a little stressed out putting shows together, putting streams together, but at the same time, once I'm done with all of these streams and once I finish an episode and watch it, it has calmed me down a great deal. And as we end this extremely stressful 12, 13, maybe even more this month period of time, and maybe, go back into the real world, possibly reassimilate into culture in the year 2021. Hopefully some of these practices will help you. Hopefully some of these, things that you can go back to. Again, those episodes are always going to be there for you. And hopefully this is something I can return to someday. I've been working on mindful games ever since the middle of December, to give you an idea of how long it takes for me to play 6 games specifically for a show, gather all the footage, write some scripts, put all of this stuff together. But I'm happy the way that this went, and something like this would not be as rewarding as it was if not for a very understanding and fairly mindful community such that we have here at Easy Allies. So do me a favor. We won't be here next week. Take a moment. You can do it today. You can do it anytime you want. But next Wednesday, when you have that thought, when you're like, oh, there's a mindful game stream today. Oh, wait. Oh, no. 6 episodes. Jones is done with mindful games. Well, maybe I'll crack open Assassin's Creed or Ghost of Tsushima or Life is Strange or Animal Crossing or Abzu, Spiritfarer, or something. Any game. Could be Valheim. A lot of people suggested Death Stranding. I really appreciate a lot of people. There's a lot of fun indie games coming out that are representations of mindfulness. So it doesn't have to be in games, obviously. It's just maybe something people don't think about regularly. Take that moment. Again, it's just 5 minutes. This has been 20 minutes we have been together. Just a quarter of this time. Take it for yourself. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a note of how you feel, what's going on in the world, and try to get in tune if you can. Even just the attempt, I think, will help you a lot, as have these streams. So, very grateful to be in the position that I'm in where I can produce something like Mindful Games. And I've really enjoyed hanging out with you every Wednesday. And more fun stuff coming from Easy Allies. Have a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful rest of your week, everyone. Take care.